Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the NJCroce, the bendable, posable Mr. Bill. Perhaps maybe for the younger viewers of this video, you probably don't remember Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill was a character made of Play-Doh plasticine that appeared in shorts on the Saturday Night Live TV show. And Mr. Bill was notorious. He was always with his friend. Mr. Bill was always getting squished, ripped apart, and just bad things, unfortunately, always had to happen to Mr. Bill. And he was always like, "Oh no! Oh no!" But this comes to us from the folks over at NJCroce, makers of other fun, bendable, posable figures. The back of the package, a better read-up to give you an understanding of what Mr. Bill is, from his humble Super 8 beginnings that smashed him upon TV screens nationwide on Saturday Night Live, to his unique spot that he now occupies in the nation's consciousness. Mr. Bill has become a legend. In 1975, fresh from the can, he got his big break via Saturday Night Live's Home Movie Contest. Submitted as a parody of bad animation, he took the prize with creator 18-year-old Walter Williams went to spend 5 years with Saturday Night Live. Because of Mr. Bill's overwhelming popularity, he had more character appearances than any other star on Saturday Night Live, or SNL. But he hasn't spent the last 30 plus years in the freezer. Oh no, he hasn't. Mr. Bill, along with his faithful dog Spot, hey Spot, Mrs. Sally, his friend, and the evil Mr. Hands, and his old nemesis Sluggo have gone on to produce DVD collections and a best-selling book. Mr. Bill has also starred in TV specials, and in 1994 he visited our nation's capital to film Mr. Bill Goes to Washington. Recently, Mr. Bill has gone to Hollywood and starred in 40 episodes of Oh No! Mr. Bill Presents. So all is well with Mr. Bill land. Want to see more of Mr. Bill? Visit www.mrbill.com. Speaking of visiting, you can also head over to visit the folks over at NJCroce and see the other stuff that they're producing by going to www.njcroce.com, which is NJCroce.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this guy opened up. When we come back, though, don't worry, Mr. Bill, I won't do anything to you, I promise. Not much, at least. Oh, no! Stay tuned, guys. There's more heading your way. Don't go anywhere. Though he may not be made out of clay or plasticine, Mr. Bill here looks pretty good as a bendable figure. My introduction to Mr. Bill also was from my mother. I used to love watching Mr. Bill skits, and I think through that I ended up falling in love with the character as well. His mouth is generally always open because something always bad is generally happening to him, whether he's being squished, stepped on, maybe the dog has gotten a hold of him, he blows up. Something bad always happens to Mr. Bill. But that's why we love him so much. Through his simplicity, I suppose, Mr. Bill is just here as a white figure with some really crude looking orange or yellow hair, red shirt, blue slacks, a white belt, white hands, and white shoes. But I think they've nailed the face. As simplistic as the face may be, I think they've got the perfect face for him, as I'm sure something again is going to happen to him. I can't do really the same stuff that happened to Mr. Bill in these skits because this is a harder rubber material. But doesn't mean that you can't do enough with Mr. Bill. Yeah, of course you can still move his arms. You can bend his arms, bend his legs. You can bend his feet. The torso is a little harder because it's a harder rubber that you can't do as much with him. But probably the most flexible aspects of Mr. Bill is that of his hands. And you can even come out and reach for a hug. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Mr. Bill. I promise nothing will happen to you until after the review. Oh, no! Yeah, NJCroce have done a ton of different collectibles. I mean, we certainly in the last little while have been having a look at the Batman v Superman stuff. We've had a look at the classic Batman. They've also done Simpsons, Mr. Bean, Gumby. Of course, let's not forget Gumby. They really released some fun characters. Some a little more obscure than others. Maybe while not everybody remembers Mr. Bill, I think if you're a kid of the 80s, you probably have seen at least a couple of Mr. Bill skits. If you haven't seen Mr. Bill, well, you, my friends, are in for a treat. Go maybe do a lookup on him. You might be able to find some videos of him kicking around on the interweb, and check it out for a fun laugh. He's very crude in design, but Mr. Bill has entertained generations, well, at least probably one generation, of fans ever since the days of Saturday Night Live. And he became a celebrity from that. Just think, it's just because somebody wanted to make a crude animation of a character that we are now having this discussion. Thank you, Mr. Bill. And thank you, creator of Mr. Bill, for bringing laughter and enjoyment to the world. That's a big accomplishment. Today's collectible spot. Spot was having a look at Mr. Bill. Then I'm going to go give him to the dog. No! No, I'm not going to give you to the dog. Oh. But we're going to have some fun. Maybe I won't run him over. I'll think of something fun we can do with him. Today, though, we're having a look at the NJCroce Mr. Bill figure. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.